So I may or may not get dragged about this, or anybody will care, but I'm gonna just say it anyway. I've been watching some of these Jaguar Wrights and Orlando Brown interviews, and I don't know. It's specifically Jaguar Wright. It's like because maybe I think a lot of us we're kind of very nosy about what the industry is if and how some of these artists are really like and I feel like if you have a vendetta against some of these some of these artists, like anything these people will say you believe. Now, there are some things that I've heard not from just Jaguar Wright, but from other people that's been in Hollywood that I've like people be doing some weird shit and it's just like they know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody like we've been hearing about Diddy parties for years. So like I said, Diddy like that shit checks out. And one thing I know about Jaguar Wright, she do not like Jay Z at all. And I feel like she and I think everybody is waiting on Jay Z's downfall, which is to me is weird. And I don't know, maybe I'm not even the biggest Jay Z fan. Yes, he's in my top five as a rapper, but I don't. It's like it seems like everybody has a vendetta against Jay Z, and I don't. Look, Jaguar Wright, even though she called a lot of that Diddy shit, and like using Gene Deal and a lot of people call some of that Diddy shit, she still comes off as a bitter woman, like crazy. Yeah, and I know a lot of people is just like, um, yeah, she was right though. Well, I mean, and to me, it's just like, yeah, she's correct, but she's still fucking crazy. It's the same way I feel about Orlando Brown. It's just like he may or may not be right, but that nigga's still crazy. Like a lot of people is just like, oh, he's playing a crazy actor and all that stuff. No, I think he's clinically insane, and I think he needs help. I don't. Same thing. What I feel like with Jaguar Wright. It's like, yeah, she's right, but all her fucking interviews, she seems so bitter. And I get it because if she's like stuff she done been through, and like a lot of people don't fuck her over, she has a right to be bitter. But I feel like a lot of these people have not healed from their trauma, and I think that's the bigger picture. And I don't think they're doing it just to expose Hollywood. Maybe they're doing it to expose Hollywood and all that other stuff, or that's just the way they can get themselves on TV. But I feel like even if they're right, we're as an audience is just drawn to a hook and a sinker, and it's just like what the fuck is Jay? I'm trying to fit now me like Jaguar Wright. I would say that she got me convinced. Like what the fuck did Jay Z do to have her acting like this? Or because I've seen Jaguar Wright before, and she was if I was correct, she was on that Unplugged, MTV Unplugged with Jay Z on there, and I remember her there. And I remember her in the Coca Cola commercials too, with the Roots and all that other stuff. Most people don't remember that. So I knew who Jaguar Wright was before, and I remember she was supposed to have an album or something like that, and like it just never appeared. And I do think she sang beside Kanye, but I'm not sure. I have to search that again. But you look at Jaguar Wright, that's like that industry done chewed her up and spit her out to where the fact that, like I said, even and a lot of us are like this. Even if we are right, like sometimes the trauma is still on you, and I can see that for Jaguar Wright and Orlando Brown. And I'm looking at both of these people. It's just like this trauma is on you. I'm looking at especially. I don't know if you see lately like Orlando Brown was talking about Cat Williams, and I don't know why Like Cat Williams is being brought up on the fray or some shit like that. But you know, Orlando Brown in general, I was like, that nigga is fucking clinically insane, and yet people are getting free interviews off him, and because he says random stuff, I think he's out of feed the fame, or the people that are doing it are profiting off of them. Because anytime, like, I remember, like, she had like 4 interviews or something like that, and then when the Diddy shit popped off, they fucking called her, and I think it was her birthday, so it was just like, oh, y'all really milking Jaguar Wright. And I think Jaguar Wright is like the fact that she's being milked. I wouldn't say she liked the fact, but I feel like she knows. It's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna get about 15 minutes of fame. If I gotta act like a bitter bitch, I'll be act like a bitter bitch. I'm looking, and this is just my point of view. I could be fucking wrong. I could be reaching, but I do feel like there's still a bitterness that is around her. I'm not saying that her opinions are wrong or she's crazy or this shit is just don't sound. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's all legit. I'm pretty sure everything she's saying is legit. The thing is, I feel like, and I think the one thing I don't get is just that, and maybe because I don't know these people. Like Jay Z, I've heard him mention Jay Z, I heard him mention Mary J. Blige, and I've heard him mention like a bunch of random names and all that stuff. And those are just throwing in there. And like, what the fuck these people do? Well, you just throwing their names in there, and it's just like, oh my god, what did this person do and all that stuff? And then us nosy individuals, because we're no better, we're just sitting there watching it. It was like, word. I remember the last thing, I think she mentioned Mary J. Blige in tweet, and I guess, or Missy Elliott in tweet. And I was like, what the fuck Missy do? Missy just, it was like, Missy, stay out of the fucking limelight. Alright? It's just, now, look, Diddy, that's one thing. Diddy be in the limelight, and Diddy just be doing shit that I feel like you probably should expose him. But other than that, like Jay Z, he don't bother. To me, Jay Z don't bother nobody. Jay Z just runs his business, and I feel like that might be another caveat that how Jay Z runs his business. People probably don't like that and all that other stuff. So it made Jay Z billions, but other people look like they live in squalors. The same. I don't know. Jay Z did the same thing Diddy did, but hell, I always said Diddy would look like the vampire. It seems like everybody that worked with him, they look happily dead, and he looked like he's glowing. Jay Z, he just grew dreads and just get big in it. I know Beanie and Beanie lost a lung. Freeway, he had health problems or something like that. But if I'm correct, and I haven't seen the rest of Rock Nation. I know Joel Santana lost a tooth. I know technically he was on the Rockefeller, but I don't know. It's just we just maybe okay. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe it's just like I said, it's just like there's probably a reason behind that bitterness. There's always a reason behind that behind a bitter person, because I used to have this argument about people all the time. It's just like, especially with black women, when they say something and I was like, the bitterness is still on you. It was like, and they go, does that make it less and less right? I never said it made it less right, but I can notice that there's a bitter on you. It's like you're not fully healed from your trauma. There's still some bitterness in you, and I don't know if you're looking for reconciliation, but even if you get the reconciliation, will that cure your bitterness? And I think the point I'm getting to right here is just like, okay, let's say even let's say shit does happen to Jay Z, and it gets us, is it going to help you cure your bitterness? Is it going to relieve yourself of bitterness, or are you just going to be stay mad at the world? Because I look at Jaguar Wright as someone that is just mad at the world. I look at someone like Orlando Brown as just like the world has literally fucked them. Like I literally fucked him and was trying to keep fucking him. And I think he wants reconciliation for being fucked in the industry. I'm pretty sure they fucked that kid over, and I'm literally, allegedly, but I feel like they literally fucked that kid, like, like to a point where he just feels like use paper towels or some shit like that. I'm not saying this to be funny, but it's just one of those things that I was looking at that even I was kind of like concerned of. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what y'all think. How y'all feel about Jaguar Wright? How y'all feel about Orlando Brown? You think I'm right about the assessment, or do you think, nah, you reaching? Till then, my name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.